Hello guys, and welcome back to another Forza 6 wishlist video. Today we are going over the amazing topic as we get more and more in depth into this of upgrades and engine customizations. What I mean is just the upgrade shop really, so this part here, and what I think should be added / improved to this. Anyway, this is the Hot Wheels car that I was talking about. It's not yet finished, obviously, but I can't be bothered to do it. So, I'm going to be buying a new car and just do messing around with that. As I have got a love for Datsuns, and you don't do Datsuns on your own, so I have to go for Nissan and get a Datsun. Look at that. Look at that. 510. One of my favourite cars in the world. It's the 510. I've already made a 510 to be honest. I should make another 510. How much is that? 28 grand? 8 grand? 28 grand? 8 grand? Ooh, this is a tricky one. Well, I haven't made one of these in a while. Okay, so yeah, today we're talking about upgrades, and it's quite actually nice since we're going to be upgrading today. But a lot of the points that I will be making will link in with other points that I've made throughout the other videos. If you haven't seen them, I really recommend you go out and check the last week of content where we've been talking about all of the things that you should add. We should be adding to Forza 6. So, first of all, engine transplants. Now, this is a big one for me, in my opinion. Like, just because, you've got this ideal, I guess. Oh, I kind of like that. You got this ideal of, they give you engines that fit into the car because of the manufacturer. Now, I think that's bullshit. I think that's actually utterly bullshit, and I think that we should be able to have any engine we like within a certain range. So basically, take the dimensions of the car, and we chuck whatever engine we can in. Now, I know that it sounds crazy, but honestly, definitely think that this would benefit in a way. I think there'll be a lot more fun to have with the game. I mean, I know they kind of touched on that like crazy aspect with V8 Beetles in Forza 5, and I've yet to play that, so it's a bit annoying that I can't give my opinion on that. But from what I've seen, they're heading in the right direction, so I'm not going to stress on that too much. But other things I think is, can you see this? It goes stock, sport. It actually goes stock, street, sport, race. And then you got tires, which are drag. That needs to change. I really think that we need to have more parts. Like, we need to have rally parts, as in the rallycross from episode 1 when we were talking about, customizing. Oh, was that episode 2? I think it was episode 2. Rallycross should be like a massive thing, like having rallycross parts, and then drift parts are one of the big things that I think, and more drag parts. Seriously, like, you can't just have drag tires and leave it at that. You should have a drag transmission, which you can have a lot shorter or a lot longer gear ratios depending on, what you need at them, depending on what race you're doing. I think it's a bit stupid to just assume that we're going to be fine with just this. Now, obviously, we are fine with just this. Everyone proves that we're fine with just this. But I really think that with the capabilities of next gen and the, just the general idea of what's coming up, we should have more by now. We should be able to have those drift parts, and the drift parts really link in with drift steering. This is the one that I always have. Like, you can change how much angle your steering goes on. I think you can do that a tiny bit, but I mean, to the point where it's 90 degrees and you can hold crazy angle, like proper drift cars. And that links in with the multiplayer aspect of tandeming that me and Ryan suggested on episode 4, I believe. Episode 3, sorry. And it's pretty weird to think that we haven't got this yet. Something like this should already be in the game in a way. I think that it should be already in the game, like drift tires. So, yeah, Sorry, my voice then. Yeah, drift tires. How simple is that? Because everyone that goes into a drift lobby uses either sport or street, and then the occasional use drag, but that affects the entire lobby. If you put drift tires, everyone will go for drift tires. I don't understand why this isn't a thing yet. Like, drift body mods, like a bigger spoiler to hold more angle. I've seen the documentaries and all that. Well, not documentaries, but like the way that they drift, and they have these massive panels on the side of their wings that you can change the size of. They change the size of to the amount of wind that hits it, either making you hold more or less angle. You should be able to tune that. That links in with the tuning. You should be able to add a spoiler like that. You know, I think all these things are really, really stupid that they haven't got these in the game yet. Another big thing is, I think, manufactured parts. Because everyone knows that putting an AMG turbo in will be different to putting an AMG black turbo in. And I think having that as a thing should be better. Because then you could make AMG cars or AMG black cars. Just like that tuning customization level really would make a difference, I think. I mean, I'm not saying like make everything like have 5 different companies that you can buy off, but maybe you get discounts off certain companies. And, you know, some companies might specialize in engines while others specialize in, you know, other things. You know, it sounds really stupid me mentioning it, but I mean, in retrospect, it really doesn't. Like, you would have thought that they would already be in the game. Third thing that I want to point out, the Datsun that I was talking about earlier. Now, it is one of my. It's probably up in the top 5 cars for all I know. I can't remember my list off the top of my head, but I'll show you. Wait, I think I have it here somewhere. Looking sexy and it's bright blue. There it is. This is my Datsun. Now, I know for a fact you can get Datsun bread vans 510, and you can get a 510 pickup. Now, I'm not saying make separate cars for every single one of them. I'm saying put a body customization by Datsun that lets you have bread van, or because it adds more customization. It just does. Like, giving that option helps a lot more, and it saves you a lot of effort because you're not putting in a whole new car and putting all the physics in that car. You're changing the appearance of an already physical object. You know what I mean? Like, it's not difficult to put that and then have they put the Cyclone and the other one, the GMC. What's it called? I'll find it now. The Typhoon. I'm sorry, there isn't really much of a difference. I think the grill's a bit of a different colour. It's got a bit wider stance and it's a bit longer. The rest of it is exactly the same. I mean, give me a break. They came out 1 year after each other. They pretty much got the exact same stats. I'll go backwards and forward. Look at that. And you can't just add the Typhoon body or the Cyclone. Like, what difference will that make? Like, I know people will complain about that, but with the bread van, it won't change it. You know, add bread van customizations to other cars. Be able to take it off. Add pickup truck customizations to cars. I'm just gonna go through a couple of cars here, like that. Like, I get why they did it. I get why they did it. You know, it's a cool car. It's a different car. There wasn't a need for it. You could just say the super light thing on it. You know what I mean? Like. And then you've got the cars that appear twice because they're made by the same company. I'll try and find an example. They're made by the same company, no, by different companies, but the same style. I don't know if you know what I mean by that. Oh wait, okay. Suzuki, no. Okay, the Igo, 2011 Igo. It's an F100. And then we go down to... who's going to have one? What's the other? It's a Peugeot Toyota and Citroen. Citroen won't have it. Oh, 2011 F101, and it's pretty much the exact same stats. Now, they're the exact same car. You didn't need to model two of them. We already had one. You just used the other one with the same badge. And it's just like that kind of thing. Like, you're going to do that, but you're not going to put, you know, the customization to have a bread van on the back of your car that has had a bread van on the back of it. And you're like, well, you know, it makes no sense in my mind to be able to do that. And people, come on, put it all together. It would work. Also, I think another thing. This is a new thing, and I don't know if they would do this even if they saw the suggestion and thought it was a good idea. It links in with the multi-tune setup that I said. Like, halfway through the track, you can just press a button and it changes the tune. Like, having a multi-suspension option. So, in Rallycross, as soon as you hit dirt, you can bust up the suspension a bit. But if you are on, all of a sudden you come onto tarmac on the Rallycross, you push it down and it lowers your car suspension while you're racing. Then you'd have to buy a certain suspension hookup for that, but I mean, I don't see why it's not possible. Also, more models of of like different year cars. They did it well with this Nissan with the Skyline. I'm very happy they did it with that. But when you've got stuff like the 1303 Beetle, that is a monster when it comes down to it. It's crazy. I love it. And then, you know, you got the bay window camper and you got the normal camper, and you're like, okay, so you just add the one that everyone recognizes, and you're not really like, you know, I don't know. That's one thing that I don't, you know, not too sure. But also, I think just linking with the Hot Wheels thing that I said in episode 3, it would help to be able to put any engine in any car if we're going to do kit cars. Now, this is one thing that I did want to mention in my own video, but Orion kind of brought it up. Kit cars was a massive thing that I was interested in. Like, the catering was there, and then you had the KTM, I think. The KTM was in Forza 5, right? I don't think it was, actually, now come to think of it. You had the Aerial Atom, you had the T1, and you had the other one, is it the Bark? The Mono? The Mono Bark? The Mono Bark, I think it is, the BAC. They're all like kit car based like type thing, you know, they're like lightweight racers that, you know, you add in through the, you know, you add a tiny engine in, but it adds a lot of power because it's lightweight. We need to be able to do that. We need to be able to have kit car, like build our own kit cars, because that would add so much more to the game. Like a kit car restoration build for drifting, or a kit car restoration build for, you know, it's not just like piss easy. You have to actually do challenges to earn parts for your car. Like you have to every race you do, you get the option to spin at the thing like they do in Forza Horizon 2 with the spinny thing every time you go up a level. But every race you do online, you get a spin. Chances are you're most probably going to get a bit of cash, but if not, you might actually get a part towards your car. If you get a part multiple, you can go sell it on to someone else on the forums, and you can actually buy parts on there as well. But, you know, this is what I mean. And then the doors will be different colours, or, you know, you'll get a red door on your car if you're doing like a full car build, and you might have to spray it a different colour. You know, it'll just add a lot more freedom to the game that I think is missing from the Forza 6. Not necessarily, no, missing from the Forza 5, not necessarily from the Horizon series. I mean, it's still missing it, but the Horizon series has got a knack for free roam, whereas Forza 5 and the Forza Motorsport series hasn't. So, I mean, we're talking like this is something that would add a bit of freedom to the game that we love. Also, now this is a difficult one. This is a difficult one to request, but I know that some people would be up for it, and that is removing body. Now, we've all seen the front bumper removal thing and we've all seen the rear bumper removal thing, and we've all some of us have seen the completely front missing bit, and it's got like a green or like a red chassis exoskeleton type thing on the front of it, and then the one that just looks like a aerial atom shaped as a Sylvia that's got a silver engine. It's just really lightweight. Being able to take like doors off and all that would help with the weight. Like if you wanted to go super weight removal, it would also help with rallycross because then you're losing weight. And it also adds more customization to your car. Like I think this is the year that we should be adding more and more customization. That's what I'm trying to get through to people right now. It's like we kind of need that more than anything. Like we don't necessarily need new maps or anything. We just need more customization. And since it's only been like 2 years since the last Forza Motorsport came out, not Forza. I don't class Forza Horizon as a Forza Motorsport because it doesn't actually say it in the name. Last time Forza Motorsport came out, I don't think that's enough time to bring. I don't think they should bring it out, to be honest. I'm kind of like, the only reason why I'm making this series of videos is because I want it to be the best game that it can be, but I just don't think in the time limit it can be. Like, they're just gonna rehash the same cars with the DLC, a couple of DLC cars, with some new tracks and a new hub. And it'll look a tiny bit better, and that'll be it. So by doing some of the things that I'm suggesting in this video, they might actually make the game better, and that's what we want. We want a better game, not the same game with a new number and new cars, because that's just then we as a community will start being known like the FIFA community, which is it's just the same game with new players, and we will be classed as the same game with new cars. And I don't want that to become us. I want our games to evolve as we go through, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's, this video is way long though, so I should shut up. Tomorrow's episode, as I'm pretty sure I said, we'll be talking about maps, and how I think we should have some new tracks. That'll be a shorter video because I've not got much to talk about. But then the long video, which will probably be put into 2 halves actually, is the last episode, which will be on Sunday, which is about cars, the cars in the game. We're going to be tackling everything, and we're going to be linking it with every video, so make sure you catch up on all the videos before that day where we'll go through it. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button, leave a rate, comment down below. Tell me your favourite Japanese car if you want. My favourite is the Datsun, but I mean the Datsun 510. But I would love to hear yours, so make sure to leave that comment down below. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one.